Welcome back, everyone. Jay Murph with the Crypto Rain channel. This year is going to be a great year for making it rain. Let's get into it. So a lot of you know that I try to follow the market, and I'm an analytical person by nature, and I especially like to look at patterns. So I wanted to share with you some patterns that I'm seeing. So let's look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now this is a Bitcoin dominance chart that goes back, I think this is a weekly breakdown. No, it's a daily. But it goes back, and I'm looking at what happened in 2017 versus what's happening now. Now, prior to 2017, Bitcoin just dominated the market. There wasn't a lot going on the playing field at all, and Bitcoin was the major player until Ethereum really had a run up, in Litecoin, and then some other things. And so it used to really dominate the market, like here almost 100%, right? Real close to it, 98%. And since then, it's never really gone back to these higher levels just because there's so many other things out there now. But let's look at what happened in 2017 and see if it's a pattern that can help make us money this time. You know, like always, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a guy on the internet sharing with you my thoughts for the decisions I'm making. If you like that, subscribe. I'd love to share with you more. So, looking back at March 2017, right at the end of February, all of a sudden there was this big fall off in dominance going about a month, and then it continued. So this is when we saw some major run-ups in Ethereum, Litecoin, some of the other coins that really kind of took off after Bitcoin had had some increases. Not huge increases, but it had passed its all-time high. Aren't we seeing those patterns again? So Bitcoin has surpassed its all-time high, hit a market dominance here of 71%, and now it's falling off. If it continues to fall off like this, what that really means is Bitcoin's price isn't necessarily going down. It went down a little bit, maybe even like lost 25% from where it hit like 44,000, and it's down to the 30s, right? So that has happened, but more than that, we're seeing some run-ups in some of the altcoins. Ethereum's probably going to boom more if I had to guess. But particularly if you've been following, one of the ones I've been following, which is Swipe, you've noticed some things. Let me just clean up this chart a little bit. I'm going to share with you what I'm watching. So overall, we saw this trend down, and you know, it broke it here. I wasn't seeing the full W's I wanted to see. I was hoping we would get more retracement, which we may not get. I'm still hoping for it, but we may not get it. So you kind of see a W here, but really it bounced up pretty high there. Now what you'll often see on a W is a little leg down, and then it takes off. But let's look at another chart that might be even more insightful, and because this one's SXP versus Bitcoin, let's look at SXP versus the US dollar, where the W's are a lot more pronounced. So let's look at this. Clearly W'd here. So we got a higher low there, and we definitely have a higher high here. So what we'll often see is some kind of bounce back and then take off. We don't always see that. We just often see that. So with what's going on with SXP, I did go ahead. I put a few buys in right around here, and I wish it would have been lower. Now, I had bought some, thankfully, down, I think at 2,200 sats, and actually got one in right around here, which was just lucky. I didn't know that was the bottom. In fact, I was hoping it wasn't, because I want to make even more buys. It just hasn't really come back down to those points, which I've been hoping for and may not get. Now, if we're really lucky, then this could be a big W here that then does that. Now, am I expecting that to happen? Not the more I look at this and wait what happened here. Now, it is possible that, I mean, look at how this happened here, where it did this little fake out. So let's see, I want to go, so it started going down here, and then it went up and then went down. So it's possible we could see that this goes and then it comes up and then goes down, Wouldn't that be great? You just don't know with these things. So what I ask myself, is the price I'm buying at pretty good? So really, to know if it's pretty good, really we got to look at where the market cap is versus where the market cap could go, right? So the current market cap is still under 100 million, which, hey, it would be ideal if it were like 30 million, but it's just not. And in fact, so few of the ones that I'm looking at are. I wish more of them were. Just isn't that time anymore, unfortunately. So now the circulating supply versus the max supply is low, and part of the reason is because they continue to pay out such good staking rewards, plus some of the team and other things. They do get some releases, and so this will increase over time if the full amount, and I always look at this, if the full amount were completely released, where would the fully diluted valuation be? And that's at 362 million. So always keep that number in mind. We've looked in the past some of the videos about what their release charts look like, and they look fine to me. And in fact, this total max supply here actually was 300 million when it started out. But if you followed Swipe, when transactions are processed, they actually burn some of their tokens all the way till this gets down to 100 million. So initially, the circulating supply will continue to go up, while this max supply tokens continue to be burned. And so the total max supply at some point will only be 100 million, as long as they do what they said they're going to do. And so if that's the case, then this fully diluted valuation isn't even ever going to happen, because these will continue, this 286 million, that will continue to go down over time. And so the max supply will only be a third larger than it is at some point. Lots of things I like about SXP. So hopefully they've recovered from mistakes that they made about 4 months ago, and they continue to do well. We'll see. You just never know, in business you make mistakes and you hope to survive from them, and if you do, you get rewarded really, really well, and if you don't, well, then you get penalized. Although fair to say this year is probably going to be a lot easier for people to recover from mistakes during this year. Now, whether they'll make it 2 or 3 or 4 years from now, I don't know, but it's safe to say they're probably going to do really well this year. At least I'm factoring that in the decisions that I'm making, and I hope this is helpful to you. Would love it if you subscribe to the channel. If you have comments, shoot me a comment. If you have other tokens, I would especially love to know ones that you're looking at. They're under 100 million market cap, and tell me why you like them. I had one share with me, Ergo, which I liked, and I looked at it. Had somebody share with me and want me to do a review on 88 miles per hour. I'm still digesting that one. I'm not ready to do a review on it till I understand it better, but I appreciate those suggestions. If you have other suggestions, I'd love to hear them, and I can do my review and tell you what I think about it. But tell me what it is, what the market cap is, and what you like about it. Obviously I can look at the market cap myself, but just for brevity, put it in there so that I can do a quick look at it, and then what you like about it, and if I like it too, then I'll do a review on it. Possible I'll do a review if I don't like it, but there's enough that I don't like that, and it's not like these things will do poorly. I have a really good friend of mine, and he was very successful at the age of 21. He's already worth millions and millions of dollars, all through real estate investment and other business ventures. And so none of it, I've been talking to him about crypto, and of course, being as young as he is, he starts looking up crypto, and what does he get all excited about? Dogecoin. Of all things, Dogecoin. Now, is Dogecoin going to pump during this year? Probably. But really, where is the long-term viability of Dogecoin? It's been around for forever. The founder of it is completely surprised. So there's lots of coins out there. There's lots that will do well this year. I'm looking at ones that will, I think, do particularly well this year. I'm really trying to find those that will do 100x plus. And so the ones that are already at 3 billion in their market cap or 5 billion, I'm not so interested in those now. What I'm looking for is the ones that'll go from, say, a $20 million market cap, and they have a good chance to go to a $2 billion market cap, or maybe a $4 billion market cap. Or if they're at 40 million or 80 million? Can they 10, possibly 100x from there, especially if it's got a good chance to 100x? Really looking at those, and if you have suggestions, I would love to hear them in the comment section, and then if I like them, I'll do a review on it. Thanks for joining me, everyone. We'll talk to you later.